interesting problem. Number 25. This is going to take some, you have to be careful here with this problem. Square root of 12, 2 square root of 12 plus 6 square root of 27. When you're given a problem like this, we don't just expect you to use a calculator. What we want you to do is to look at the problem, look at the square roots involved, and find ways to break them down. These radicals, break them down. So 2 square root of 12 plus 6 square root of 27. This can be broken down to 2 and then square root of 4 times 3. You can rewrite it as that. The same thing with this side. 6 square root of 9 times 3. Now, how did I get these two numbers? What I want to find is I find two numbers such that one of those numbers can give me a perfect square so that I could simplify it and take it out. So what do I mean by that? This is the same thing as 2 square root of 4 and then square root of 3. So 2 square root of 4 times square root of 3, and then we have 6 square root of 9 times square root of 3. What happens is we can simplify the square root of 4. I didn't just pick two random numbers. I picked two numbers that were helpful. And what you need to do now is to simplify the square root of 4, which is 2. So now we have the 2 that was here in the first place, and then we've simplified that. So that's 2 times 2 and square root of 3, which we're leaving the way it is. So 2 times 2 square root of 3. So this is the same thing as 4 square root of 3. We're done with this part. Now we add a plus. This part is 6 times, that is square root of 9, which is 3. 6 times 3, square root of 3. That means 6 times 3, which is 18, is right there, and then we have our square root of 3 next to it. Of course, you need to remember there was a plus that came. This plus came all the way down. Now, 4 square root of 3 plus 18 square root of 3 is the same thing as 22 square root of 3. That is the answer to this problem. Don't be afraid of such problems. Just be able to break those numbers into two different numbers, and then get the square roots of each of those numbers, or at least one of those numbers. You should be able to find the square root. And then from there, you should be able to simplify. So now we've simplified this to this. And you don't need a calculator to do that. If you were to use a calculator to find this, you should get the same answer if you used it to find that. That's for number 25. Number 26 was asking you to evaluate 5 minus 7 plus 8 divided by 5. And then we have plus minus 2 to the third power. All you need to do is to remember your order of operations. Bracket first. So that's 5 minus, in this bracket we have a 15. Okay, 5 minus 15. We're going to take away this bracket for a reason. I'll explain in a second. But it's 5 minus 15 divided by 5 plus negative 2 cubed is the same thing as negative 8. And so what happens now is 5 minus 15 divided by 5. You do the division before you do anything else. And this, of course, you also deal with as you go on. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. This 5 that was up there just comes down the way it is. So it's now 5 minus, there's a 3 there, and then this is plus times minus, which I told you earlier, becomes a negative 8. So now 5 minus 3 minus 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 minus 8 is all we have left, and 2 minus 8 is negative 6. That's how you solve such problems. Whenever a number is smaller than the number next to it, so 2 minus 8, your answer has to be negative, because 2 in a sense is not big enough to cover the number next to it. That's how you do number 26.